أهلا وسهلا بكم. مرحبا. Welcome again. It's me, Dr. Imran Alawiye, with you to answer your questions. I've received so many questions via emails and telephone call, and I thought it might be useful for us to meet this afternoon from London and have some brief discussion regarding, for instance, how to learn Arabic more effectively. Any advice? We know the vocabulary is usually the important topics. So, at the same time, I want to remind you that of my charity, Helping Hands for Education. We're making some progress, but we need your help to advance this important project to support those who are desperate in need for education. So I will appreciate, inshallah, if all of you can make some contribution to my Helping Hands for Education. And I must thank some of you who have already done so. Please, let's do it here together. We're large enough in number to be able to achieve this very, very quickly, inshallah. It's my intention to travel to my hometown, Nigeria, southwestern Nigeria, in September, end of September, God willing, and start the building of this library and the educational center. Please do extend your helping hands to make it possible. Thank you so much. You will see the link. Just go to helpinghandsforeducation.org and make your contribution, or through the Just Giving page. Right, let's look at some of the advice that I would like to offer to advance your learning of Arabic. The first thing, of course, as we all know, is for you to set a clear goal for your learning, the desirable outcome that you are looking for. Make sure that is very clear in your own mind. And following that, you need to be very patient in your studies. Don't be in a hurry. Thirdly, be positive. Don't be negative. Don't say, oh, it's too hard. Oh, I can't retain this. No, don't tell your brain that. Be positive, and your brain will respond accordingly. By the way, you are free to please put your question across. I can see some people already on board from around the world, from Germany, from America, I can see, from Peru, from Africa, I can even see from Middle East here. Lovely to see you all from Sweden, mashallah. So, feel free to make suggestion of area of studies you want me to address next on my videos. We have finished more or less book 5 of Gateway to Arabic. I'm about to start, inshallah, posting videos teaching book 6 and book 7. Right, as I was saying, make sure that you learn at least 1 or 2 words per day, every day. It's very helpful. Make flashcard for yourself to organize your vocabulary and phrases as well. I would suggest that you try best to listen to Arabic sounds in their various forms as far as possible. Some people, for instance, you're Muslim, mashallah, you read your Quran. Some people may like to listen to some discussion on various Arab channels, news and political debate. But I will suggest, if you don't know how to read Arabic, I always prefer you to do that first. Of course, you can, alongside that, you can start learning some speaking as well, but learn the sound and invest your time in getting your pronunciation correct. It takes time. It's not going to be immediately, but is work in progress. Try and do that, and don't give up, as I always say. Another thing is any point of grammar that you've learned, make a list of it, and inshallah that will come together is a gradual process, an accumulative skill, and you get there. In this regard, some people always ask questions. I'll say, how do I be able to read Arabic without all the harakat, without all the vowels? Yes, that will come two ways. The first thing is, if you improve your vocabulary, once you know a particular word, you don't need any vowels on them. For instance, if you know kitab, as soon as you see it, you know that it's kitab because you have the vocabulary already. So one path to that is to improve your vocabulary. And of course, you'll be learning some grammar rules as well. That will come. So again, when you see something which is not vocalized, try your best to guess because you know the letters. So, and don't be afraid of making mistakes. No, language is don't be just perfect all the time. No, just use it. There's no police that will arrest you making mistakes. Enjoy the mistakes as well. So that's no problem in that. So now at some point I will point you some. I will do some video regarding how to use the Arabic dictionary. That's very important as well. It's vital that we know how to understand the root letters and all these things. So that's coming. That's coming very soon, hopefully. There are a number of English words they are originated from Arabic language. So again, try and get some list of those. That will be a very good starting point to improve your vocabulary very easily. I mentioned about the flashcard, of course, and talking about vocabulary. This is one thing you can do. The thing that you do every day, that you do, or you eat, or you drink, get vocabulary for those ones and start referring to them in your Arabic. And I've done a number of flashcards in this regard. You may be aware that I have 5 sets so far, starting from, I can show you from the alphabet itself, so which will give you all the analysis of the alphabet and the vowels as taught my Arabic from the beginning, part 1. So you will see, they have for instance, have your Jim here, which is at the back, and this is in joint form. All the vowels also, you'll find them in there. So look out for that if you need the alphabet something to help you. Now, there are subject-based. For instance, this one, set number 5, is action words. Vocabulary there. So it's a 64 double-sided cards in full colors. So you can get that as well from the gatewaytoarabic.com. You have fruits and vegetable. Again, 64 double-sided cards in full colors as well. You have flashcard number 4, and this is food and drink as well. So plenty of things already around for you to help you in your vocabulary. I even have this one. I call it Gateway to Arabic Keyword Rings Pack 1. So it's actually organized according to subject-based things. That's already ready-made for you. You can just take them around. When you finish one, you dislodge them and then put them back later on. So there's plenty of tricks that you can use to improve your vocabulary. But the very effective way, your daily routine, try to, as I said, Arabize it. So you refer to them in Arabic, and your kitchen, Arabize your kitchen. Arabize your fridge, what is inside your fridge. your body part as well. Why not? You know the names in Arabic. That's also, you will not forget that. So it's that will give you a lot of help. And of course, as you know, I have various videos for you there already, which is about let's speak Arabic, the conversation, the dialogue, and so on. So that is going on. Well, again, practice with Arabic, speakers as well. If you know anybody speaking Arabic, come on, go, don't be shy. They will love it. It doesn't matter whether it makes mistakes. No, don't worry about it. Just say it. Say anything. It depends on how you are determined to learn this language. Some people obviously you learn a language just for fun. That's why not. Some learning languages to improve their brain cells. Of course, the are dying. So language is very good in keeping your brain cells in good order. So why not? Many of us learn it because of the religion, to improve our faith, to give us access to our holy books and the prophetic saying of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And some people learn it for job. Why not? Some people want to use it for when they visit Arab worlds. There are plenty to see in Arab world, mashallah. You go to Egypt, you go to Syria, inshallah, when everything is settled, and you go to Jordan, you go to Lebanon, you go to Iraq. Plenty, it's full of history. So many people want to go there and to be able to, break the ice with people, because a lot of people appreciate when you can say one or two words in their own language. Some people, obviously, marriage is going on between, various culture nowadays. So people also are born abroad, they lost the language, they want to regain their language. Again, there are so many reasons where people like yourself, we are the community of language learners. So we are special species, those of us that love and like to learn languages. So we are very unique people. Yes, I would like to think so. So our community, again, talking about that, you can join a community of language learners as well. So you help each other out as well. Let's look at some of the question that some people are asking about, again, about vocabulary. Yeah. So yes, as I said, your vocabulary is essential. And if you start learning 2-3 words per day, for as long as you don't delete the one you have already learned, you will soon build up enormous level of vocabulary. And inshallah, I'm thinking of making video to improve your vocabulary, inshallah. That already is in the pipeline. And I've just been very busy lately about the my charity, Helping Hands for Education. But that's, inshallah, we will try and progress the project, inshallah. So make sure that you review. You always review where you are. Maybe you can say every weekend, for instance. Check your notes, check your flashcards, test yourself, and see what else you need to revise. So that is essential. Now, if you are learning, as somebody asking questions, if you're learning with your children, that's a fantastic way for people to learn language, to be together as a family, because it's a fun thing to do. So you make it a game and challenges. Member of the same family, they like challenging each other all the time. So that is very good if you are learning as a family. Parents, and I have so many family are doing that, and the report I get said they really enjoy it. Yeah. Now, some people are asking whether I do one-to-one online. Yes, I do, but it's just so many requests for that. So if you are interested, just send me an email and I will look at the possibility of having a slot to do that. Remember, around the world, the time zone is sometimes can be a nightmare. So I teach people from California, which are just waking up now, and from Indonesia, Malaysia, Australia, America, of course. So even from Dubai, I teach you from there, not alone around us in Europe. So yes, that facility is there. Just send me an email. You find the email address, website gatewaytoarabic.com. So that no problem. Let's see one or two questions people are asking. Mashallah, some people have been very appreciative of what we are doing. Again, usual question about what form of Arabic. Arabic, as I explained several times, you have what we call standard language, modern standard Arabic, MSA. That's your original Arabic. So and it's always better, in my opinion, to learn the authentic one, because all the other dialects like Lebanese, Iraqis, Egyptian, Syrian, Sudanese, all those I classify them as a corruption of the original Arabic. So once you know the original, you just need to know how each region is corrupting this, dropping the grammar or pronouncing the particular letter in a different shade and so on. And then you will have access to most of those dialects once you are comfortable with the modern standard Arabic. So go for modern standard Arabic and you will see that later on you will have automatic access to various dialects in the Arab world. They are all based on the modern standard Arabic, except sometimes maybe North Africa might be slightly more challenging. Right. Any other question? This yes. Can you tell me the time? How long it will take to to master Arabic? Learning is forever. Learning is forever. You move from one stage to another all the time. So as we say, العلم in المهدي للحد. The moment you are born, you are already a student. You will be learning until the moment you depart this world. So the famous thing is, the more I learn, the more I discover how little that I know. So only an ignorant person will say, yeah, I know it all. That's absolutely announcement of being ignorance. You see, the more you learn, the more you discover how little that you know. So it's a process forever, but we will get better at it once we are consistent and once we put enough energy and effort, and we take it seriously for whatever, because we decide to learn it. Nobody forced anybody to learn anything. So therefore, we owe it to ourselves to do justice to it. And I'm sure from what I can see, my followers and students, I think, mashallah, you're all in that category. I'm glad when I received an email and telephone call. I always enjoy that. And I'm pleased. Just let me know any other area that you want me to offer. I will do it freely. There's no problem. Little that we are given by Allah, so it is our responsibility to share it. Little things that we have, just let's just share it, and there's no problem. What's the question? It's the order of the video itself will be as follows. Now, if you don't know how to read and write Arabic, start with Arabic from the beginning, part 1. and you have 18 lessons. At the end of that, inshallah, it has been proven by thousands and thousands, perhaps even millions of you. They found that program very effective once you follow the rules, buy your book, Arabic from the beginning, part 1, and follow the video. That's lesson 1 to lesson 18. You will see that you'll be able to read and write Arabic. Then after that, people ask me for part 2. Part 2 is not there because the Key to Arabic Book 2 links beautifully to where the Arabic from the beginning part 1 stops. So Arabic from the beginning part 1 followed by the Key to Arabic Book 2. After that, you then link to the Gateway to Arabic series, taking it from Gateway to Arabic Book 2. So you have Book 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. And the others are coming as well. So that is the roadmap for those of you who want to know how this should be studied. Then someone say, how many levels of teaching have you posted on YouTube? Well, there's so many. So there is a Let's Speak Arabic Unit 1 and Unit 2. I believe Unit 1 has something like, is it 30 something? I can't remember exactly on top of my head. So, but if you just go to the, and look at the playlist, you will probably see that. In fact, I can just see whether I can have access to that as I'm speaking to you. Let's Speak Arabic. Let's Speak Arabic Unit 1. My playlist is Let's Speak Arabic. Ooh, where is that? Where's the Let's Speak Arabic Unit 1? How many things happen there? 24. 24. So you have Let's Speak Arabic Unit 1. You have 24 videos there. And then you have Let's Speak Arabic Unit 2 as well. How many is on that? 31. That's 31 on that one. So there is other school, I think it's a dialogue as well, or dialogues in the 11 or something is that. So plenty of things to keep you going by now, and there are much more on the way, inshallah. Somebody say, how can I meet you? Yeah, well, these days everything is on Zoom. We may meet on Zoom unless you are in London. So we can meet on Zoom. That's no problem. Just let me know. I'll send you a link, and we have a chat. No problem, inshallah. What's the question? Sheikh, are there more books after book 7? Yes, there will be book 8 on 8, 9, and 10. So we're working on that, inshallah. So because we have a long way to go to complete this particular project. From somebody from UAE, as you will recommend for non-Arabic speaker, I'd say which one of your books on Amazon would you recommend for writing? Arabic from the beginning, part 1 is for writing. Arabic from the beginning, that's the starting point. Arabic from the beginning, part 1. You can find that on our website as well, gatewaytoarabic.com. Well, somebody, good question, say, are you a native speaker, sir, or you learn Arabic? That's a very searching question. Yes, I am originally from Nigeria, from Yoruba land, southwestern Nigeria. My mother tongue is Yoruba. But Arabic, I learned Arabic. I can tell you a bit of my journey in learning Arabic. Now, as a Muslim, alhamdulillah, right from the beginning, I can read, I was taught how to read Al-Quran Al-Kareem, the Quran, so that I can pray correctly. And my late father, Allah bless his soul, was the Imam, the chief Imam of Ogbomoso, as is in southwestern Nigeria. So it's not surprising that we are taught how to read Arabic right from the beginning. Then after that, I attended very famous Arabic schools in Ibadan. Ibadan, that's Western Nigeria. That's the capital of Oyo State. With this madrasa al-Mahad al-Arabi. It was established by the late Sheikh Murtada Abdul Salam. May Allah reward him and reveal Jannah Firdaus, inshallah. Those are our leaders in the past who preserve the Arabic. Sheikh Muhammad Murtada Abdul Salam. At the same time, when we have others doing the same thing. After that, I was lucky enough to given scholarship to study Arabic at the University of Medina in Saudi Arabia, and that was in 1972. So I stayed there in Saudi Arabia, in Medina, very, very lucky, very fortunate there. So during the year of Bin Baz, Sheikh Bin Baz was my teacher. And I left Saudi Arabia having done my BA and MA in Saudi Arabia. Then I joined the University of Medina School of Oriental and African Studies in London in 1982, where I finished my PhD in 1985. So that's the journey. After that, I was deputy director of the King Fahd Academy in London for many years. I was principal examiner for the O-level Arabic, International O-level Arabic with Edexcel for many years as well. So that's part of the journey, which is still on its way. I think it's easy for all of us. So that's a brief answer to the question you say whether I was born as an Arab or I learned it. So therefore you can. We all can. It's just, we and that's one of my motivation to help other people as well, because having been non-Arabic speakers, I know from both sides. And I'm blessed that I even teach in the Arab world before, so that's not a problem. Alhamdulillah. So it can be accessed and it can be learned. So hence I'm sharing the little that I know with you. Say go to Arabic on its way. I can't wait till okay. What's the other question? Teenagers for their any advice for teenagers for their future? Now, the teenagers, of course, obviously they are in the process of finding their way in life, whatever direction they want to go. The only thing I can say about language in relation to teenagers is that they need to know that is very useful. Language is a beautiful thing. It gives you access to various cultures of the world. If sometimes it is ignorance, lack of knowledge of each other, which is causing problem in the world. So the world will be in a better place if we can have access to each other's culture and enjoy it, and not to have the sense of superiority and looking down on anybody. So and that is beauty of the language. In fact, as a Muslim, Quran tells us that all the time. To say, look, I created you from man and a woman, and I give you this enormous gift, which is various languages. And for the purpose of all these, to know each other, to coexist in peace, not to be fighting each other and giving those who are producing this weapon just free money. so language is fantastic to make the life and the world better, inshallah. So teenagers out there, plan your future, Ask your Lord to support you and be positive. Be positive. And above all, don't let people push you into sense of wants. Concentrate on what you need, not what you want. What we want in life is unlimited. But in fact, what we actually need is very, very limited indeed. And we'll soon be a happy person if we concentrate on that. So the world is asking you to buy and buy and buy and buy and pay later. No, 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 no. Be alert. Don't let them overwhelm you with all these offers. No, stay with what you need and you'll be happier. Inshallah, God willing. How can I get your contact? Somebody asked. The contact is there. People can contact me via my email. My personal email is AAG, that's Alpha Golf, then Imran, IMRAN, at DIRCON, that's DIRCON.co.uk. My telephone number is not a secret. It's +44. That's from Britain. 7561418812. I think it's already there. You have the email there and the telephone number also will follow. Yeah, the 0044. So that will be there. And yeah, what's the other question? Vanilla, of course, is in London to learn Arabic. So somebody, my Yoruba gentleman, mashallah, that's Yoruba for you. Inshallah. Lovely to see you on the platform. Yes, as I said, people can contact me for one-to-one. If I have space, inshallah, I will oblige, inshallah. So just get in touch by email or by my telephone, no problem. Can I improve my Arabic speaking where I don't find people to practice? Okay. To improve your Arabic when you don't find people to practice, first of all, we are living in a world today where we are very lucky about communication, which we can find community of language learners online, people who really exchange languages and practice. I know it is my dream to be able to organize some kind of language practice with you, really. So if I find technical know-how, I'm dinosaur. I'm usually my son already helped me out to do the Hamza. But if I find technical way, I will organize maybe Zoom for conversational practice with whoever would like to join. So look out for that, and maybe we'll find a way to do that. But inshallah, I do my best. Yes, practicing. Sometimes I say in the past, pretend that you are talking to somebody on the phone. Talk to yourself in Arabic to practice what you learn. Why not? Nobody would know that you are speaking to yourself. Everybody does it these days. You never know whether somebody else or the other line. No, but yes, you can speak to yourself. Yes, don't worry. People would not say you're mad. Just speak to yourself and practice what you have already learned. What is the best podcast for absolute beginner? Oh, I don't know, but the podcast is very useful. It's another thing that my son Hamza is trying to help me to achieve, to have the podcast, which we can have short sentences on regular basis, maybe twice a week or once a week. In fact, that's already in the card. Podcast, all these promises, I will announce they are available, inshallah. So, and if I don't hear from them, nag me, then where you mentioned that you're going to do this, where is it? So, they tell me off. I will accept that, and that will wakes me up. Okay, so let's help each other out. We forget, sometimes my brain takes unauthorized a holiday, Yeah. Okay. What else? Do you teach standard Arabic with a mix of Egyptian or Saudi dialect? Well, I said before, you may notice when I was doing the Let's Speak Arabic Unit 1, occasionally I tell you equivalent in some of these dialects as well. For instance, you say, Masmuk, what's your name? You say, Shismak, kind of things. You know, Ismake, what's your name? That's the Egyptian would say, Ismake, and so on. So occasionally I do that, but the main aim is to help you to learn the MSA Modern Standard Arabic. As I said before, that's usually the correct base from which you can then start understanding various dialects from Lebanon to Iraq to Syria to Sudan to Egypt, of course, and and various dialect as well. So let's have a look at another question here. Hang on. It's what does mean? It's what's your? I missed that. You teach standard Arabic. Cool. Apply. Accept. Okay. Great. Okay. And that's Gateway to Arabic series is okay. Book 8, as I say, is coming. Inshallah. Gateway number 8. Practicing is the best way to improve your language. That's correct. As I mentioned before, practice, practice, practice. It is the name of the game. Make sure you're consistent. Consistency is key. And regular revision of your vocabulary and use the phrases that you have learned. Practice is the key. Yes. What else? Something in your opinion? What is the hardest thing to learn about Arabic? The hardest thing about Arabic, well, I would say vocabulary and grammar. People sometimes say, "Oh, too many grammar is actually good. It's very logical." Grammar in Arabic is very logical indeed, and it's good and it supports the learner quite a lot. Vocabulary and the consistency is what you need to watch out for. Alhamdulillah, I've taught many people here in London without going to any Arab world because they are serious, because they do what is correct. If they speak Arabic to you now, you will be surprised. You think they actually been to Saudi Arabia, to been Egypt, or to been to Iraq or Syria. No, that's why there is a system of vocabulary that I'm contemplating in making videos for soon, inshallah. Yeah. How long can one attain fluency if he or she doesn't know? And well, it's again, yeah. The length is it depends on the hours the input you put in, the hours and how serious you are. Really, people can learn language within a couple of years. Believe me, we can do that. But they put a lot of hours into real and plan and revision and so on. I saw that in many places and people that I teach. Honestly, there was a gentleman, Petrol, that's Peter. I hope Peter's listening. Is a Polish gentleman. He was in London, and I was actually working in the city at the time, and he wanted to change direction of travel in his life. So he attended one of my presentations. It was called language exhibition in London. So I make the presentation. So he then emailed me out to say, "Oh, I like your presentation. We call it Taste the Arabic." So he said, "Can I make arrangement to come and see you?" He came, and we were, and he started learning. Within 2 years, Masha, Peter has really huge, really fluency in various area of Arabic, and in fact, he changed direction of his profession altogether, and he is now, and not apparently, he's actually working now in the embassies on behalf of his country, Poland. But he is a very sharp, determined gentleman, young man. Must be in his late 20 or early 30 at least. And other people as well have done so. So the length of fluency in any language, particularly Arabic, depends on how serious you are and if you can be consistent and if you are investing enough time. Yeah, and and enough brain, of course. Yes. Yes. Right. Let's see that question here. So some people said they wrote to me on the website. They haven't received an answer. I'm sorry about that. I do try to reply, but you have my email now, so you can just email me directly, and I endeavor, inshallah, to address the point you may have raised in your email, inshallah. What is the French? Yeah, Arabic. Okay. I think, Doctor, I wrote to you. Okay, what's another one? How many years does it take to speak Arabic fluently? Yeah, it's hard to put number of years on it. As I said, if you put huge amount of time and you are serious, consistent, yeah, I know of people within 2-3 years they speak Arabic, fluently. That's fine. It's not. It can be done because there's a tools. There is a methodology to achieve that. So if I get hold of somebody who's serious with the learn language, within 2 years, he will be at a degree level, no problem, because it's straightforward. Once you know what you're doing, and you don't tell your brain that it's hard, it's not hard. Nothing is hard. It's just in your mind. Someone say from US, I just started Arabic from beginning. Yeah, good luck with that. You will find by the end of lesson 18 of the Arabic from the beginning, you will find that you will be okay. You will be able to read and write Arabic, inshallah. By the way, at the same time as you are doing the Arabic from beginning part 1, you may start together the Let's Speak Arabic Unit 1, which is have 24 lessons there. So you can, because that's when I was using the Latin script as well as the Arabic scripts as well. So you don't need to know how to read to follow that particular unit. Let's Speak Arabic Unit 1. If you speak, let me say, to someone who only speak dialect, will they understand? Yes, any Arab person would understand your modern standard Arabic. You speak to them, they may not be able to, they may be embarrassed to be able to speak back to the same way, but they will understand it 100% what you are saying, and they will probably make effort to reply in the same fashion, but some of them may be struggling on that one, but they will understand you 100%, that's for sure, yes. Yeah, I'm in Iraq. Please message for my son. Good luck. Thank you. Any similarity between Hindi and Arabic? I believe because of the text and things, there are similarities in some the grammar structure, perhaps. And Arabic language is Semitic language, so it has lots common with the Hebrew, for instance. So yes, they belong to the same family. For daily vocabulary, do Arabic word has any online for daily life entertainment? Oh yes, the internet is full of it, full of so many entertainment in Arabic and things. So you will find plenty of resources there. Yes. But I'm really enjoying the process to learn Arabic. Well done. So that's the idea. If you want to learn something, enjoy it and don't be deterred. Don't listen to people who are always very negative about all these things. Just ignore them and get on with your mission. You get there and you'll be happy for it. So I say I'm not an Arab, but still have fun to watch because you sound like somebody else said. That's the Bob Ross now. Oh dear. To get what practice from any bookstore, please suggest. Well, to order all these things online, gateway to Arabic.com. Unfortunately, sometimes the the postage sometimes can be huge, but that's how the world works these days. What's the similarity between Tunisian and Arabic? Tunisian, obviously, as I said, North Africa, that's a Tunis. Libya, Algeria, Morocco, that's North Africa. They have dialects, but there is a heavy influence of French in it. That's why people find it very, very hard. But no, there's, for instance, in Tunis, in Algeria, we have amazing scholars of Arabic in those countries, I tell you, really. So they just dialect, that's all. The way as I said before, dialects are essentially corruption of grammar and the corruption of the modern standard Arabic. That's what it is. So learn modern standard Arabic, you will soon have access to those dialects once you know the way they twist it and the way they change it. You will know that this is what you are doing. You will know the meaning. Okay. Somebody say I'm a native. I still get a lot of new information from your video. Thank you so much. No problem. I appreciate your appreciation. شكرا جزيلا جزاك الله خيرا. هذا من لطفكم والله. شكرا. أهلا. So I don't understand some of the Arabic teaching, like saying goodbye. Yeah, there are a lot of phrases there. Just go to the Let's Speak Arabic Unit 1. You'll find plenty of those things there. Where are all those books? What are all those books behind you? Oh my, those my references and books, and I just love to be surrounded by them. So yeah, there's grammar books there. There are some other books as well, religious books as well, dictionaries and so on. They are, yeah, I'm a bookworm in a sense. So I love those. Just been in the middle of books. All right, you okay? Where are you from? Yeah, I've touched on that before. I'm from Yoruba land, which is in southwestern Nigeria. Yep. You said somebody said difficult word to memorize Arabic words. Yeah, sometimes some people find it very challenging, but drill and repetition, and particularly things that you do on daily basis. For instance, your shopping list, for instance, do it in Arabic. The clothing items and your kitchen items, label them as Arabic, and then you find, because it's something you use every single day. Just put labels on them in Arabic, and it's right in front of you every single day, and use them. That will help you to retain these vocabulary, inshallah. Someone say why the Arabic dialects is different. Well, the region, for instance, I'm in London here. If you go to Newcastle or Scotland, you may be struggling to understand what they are saying, but it's English. It's English. It's just the way human beings are made. When you are in a particular area, I don't know, that's water, whatever it is, the way you pronounce your words and your letters somehow is affected. And you just need to switch your hearing to say, right, this is how they pronounce this in this region. So it's not unique to our words. It's all over the world. It's the same. Even in my hometown in Nigeria, in Bomasho, as a Yoruba land, various areas of Yoruba land, they have the dialect that people may find is different as well. So it's not unique to Arabic language at all. So please, a Swedish man interested in learning Islam. How do you counter the argument that Islam is only for Arabs? African does not mention. No. Islam is universal. It has no any particular ethnic or attached to it at all. It's open. And Islam is something people take on board by themselves. That's what Islam means. It's Islam. Islam, you accept the authority of your Lord and you abide by the guidelines. There's a guiding principles of Islam which helps people to live their life in a more sort of a manageable way. And there is promise of hereafter as well. Yeah. At some point, because one of the questions people always ask me is whether I have planned to teach Quranic Arabic. Yes, that will come. That will be for the Muslims who want to know more about Arabic through Al-Quran Al-Kareem, for instance, or Ahadith Sharifa. That would be it specifically for us as Muslims to understand Arabic through Al-Quran Al-Kareem. That's, inshallah, was something that is in my mind to do, inshallah. Right. Please start online classes so we can learn Arabic live from you. Yeah, yes, I have, as I say, one-to-one, but the things about group teaching is various levels sometimes cause people to give up soon when they find that the class, some people are dragging the class down all the time. But unless it can be arranged in a way that levels, I may be able to do group teaching based on levels. So if you are on level, this particular level, if you can pass this test, then you belong to this level. Then we can have 10 people, maximum 15, 20 online to teach. That may work. But I find that one-to-one is more productive in many, many, many ways, and people enjoy that. And but I'm not excluding possibility of having group teaching as well. Without you, yes, I'm very grateful for many of you who are saying good things about me. That's a very kind of you indeed. So, just trying to share things with everybody. That's all. I don't understand what this says. We'll say, I have many people around me. I don't know what they're saying in Arabic. So this is your opportunity. Come on, go on the website and learn Arabic from the beginning, part 1. Come on, you will soon have access to what they are saying, and they will love it. Yes, please do that. Go to Arabic from the beginning, part 1, and start as your starting point. Let's Speak Arabic Unit 1 as well is there for you as well. Mauritania speaker, I speak Spanish. Okay, the question level. What's the experience any with Duolingo's Arabic course? Is I had a little report that's very good, but all these courses they have their strengths as well. So it just is, you cannot dismiss anything, but a learner needs to take from here and there and things to make the whole, a picture. So all those efforts by various people online is welcome, and it needs to be appreciated indeed. Assalamu alaikum from Kashmir. MashaAllah wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, some people starting. Yes, inshallah. Good luck on your journey of learning Arabic. Yeah, you will find it interesting, inshallah. I have no, but Allah bless you. Thank you for your prayer for me. I need it. When did you learn Arabic? I've already addressed that because as a Muslim, I learned very early on how to read and write Arabic. Then I joined Arabic schools and ended up in Saudi Arabia in 1972 at the University of Medina, where I stayed until 1982 before I finished my PhD at the University of London in 1985. What's the other question here? We have 8 minutes left. Yeah, okay, keep it coming. Tell us your background story. I think I was interested in your life journey. Yes, okay, let me just say briefly again. I'm from Nigeria, from Yoruba land. That's Bumasho, that's southwestern Nigeria. I have a lot of siblings. I have how many brothers and sisters? From the same mother, I have 3 brothers and 1, 2, 3, I think 4, 5 sisters. So we were 9 of us. Then my father also has another wife. It's a senior. We know her as our mom as well. It was successful marriage to both my mom and my co-mom as well. And all in all, we're about 15, 16 children. And alhamdulillah, we all survived so well. Alhamdulillah, we are united front, all of us, mashallah. So everybody's doing very well. I'm more or less the odd one out who's been living abroad for so many years, for more than most of my life, basically. So, but I do visit Nigeria regularly, except these days when we have this pandemic going on. So, as I said, I studied Arabic in Saudi Arabia, in Medina, University of Medina. So, did my MA there, and then I left Saudi Arabia to Britain, to London in 1982. Finished my PhD at the University of London School of Oriental and African Studies in 1985. So, alhamdulillah, my children are doing very well. I have my firstborn as Salma, and Salma is a medical doctor. He's currently training to be consultant as well in the critical medicine, I believe. My dear son, Hamza, has just finished his PhD at Oxford University. He's now at the Bristol University. So, and life continues. Pray for me. So, just trying to, because this life, obviously, we need to leave some footprints behind. So, whatever little that we're endowed with, we are blessed with, the best we can do with it is to share it. That's how it should be. And we ask our Lord to accept all our effort, inshallah, God willing. Someone say, have you given lectures on the masjid on Friday for Jummah Salah in the past? Many, many times. I used to be regular visiting imam at the mosque in West Ealing. It's a big mosque in West Ealing, and many other mosques as well. So yes, and I still give a regular lecture at the Islamic Cultural Center. That's the main mosque in London, in Regent's Park. Yeah, I do that almost every month, kind of thing. So if you check the Islamic circles in that ICC, that's the Islamic Cultural Center in London, you may hear me speaking there. Yes, I do. So, what's the question? How you have a live stream? When would you have a live stream again? I hope I should be doing regularly, really, to be honest. So, come on, suggest some topic for regular stream, inshallah. I'll live stream. Yes, I think we should be doing that because I enjoy interacting with you. So before we finish, just remind you again, please. So I'm very keen to receive some of your support for my charity, Helping Hands for Education.org. Please make your donation, and thanks to those who among you have already make some contribution. We really, really need your help. Doesn't matter whether small or large. So our community of Gateway to Arabic, please help out. I'm due to travel to Nigeria homeland to start the building of this library and the educational center. So please help out. I'll type again the name of the website is the Helping Hands for Education.org. It's already been posted there. Thank you so much. And let's look at one or two more questions before we finish. So I'll say, what is the translation of Bik or Biki? It depends on how you use it. You can say, Ahlan wa sahlan bika, speaking to a man, singular. Ahlan wa sahlan biki, speaking to a woman, that is singular. That's mean to you in this case. Welcome to you. Ka a ki, that's mean you. That's you're addressing somebody. For instance, if you say Masmuka, in this case, you're speaking to a man. What's your name? In this case, Masmuka. Speaking to a woman, you say Masmuki. What's your name? So this is called attached pronoun. That's Domir Muttasil. So you will see all that's been explained as well, I think, in book, I believe in Key to Arabic, book 2, and also in Gateway to Arabic, book 3. Again, analysis of that, you find it also in the Let's Speak Arabic Unit 1 as well. Yeah. So how do I get your books? Just go to the gateway to Arabic.com. You will find all the books there and you may purchase them, inshallah. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I appreciate that quite a lot. And hopefully we'll meet up again soon. And if you have any particular topic you want me to address in the next live stream, let me know, please. I will do my best, inshallah. Thank you again. مع السلامة. إلى اللقاء في أمان الله. Bye for now. مع السلامة. في أمان الله.